Christina is my lovely wife. We met back in 2007. We had met through her brother, who was a dear friend of mine, and we just kind of hit it off. We started talking.
And the next day I called up my brother and I said, "Hey, your friend that lives in Boston is cute."
It's her smile. It's infectious. Just knowing her, when she smiles, it makes you want to smile. My name is Riccardo Iannello. I am an opera singer. Music has been a big part of my life. My brother Fabio was a larger-than-life person. I would see the struggle. There reached a point where I noticed he was being a lot more isolated with the family. The drug caused a bit of psychosis, so believing in things that weren't really there, not in touch with reality all the time. Fabio woke up every morning from Monday to Saturday at like 5 to go to work. Sundays was obviously his rest day. Our dad would call him and there was no answer. So my dad said, we're gonna have to go to the house and see what's going on. But I knew driving up at that moment that he had passed. So on the way up, I cried. But there was a part of me that was relieved because I know he had struggled so much. You reach a point where you're mentally exhausted, and it took a toll on all of us. I started Fabio's Bright Smiles Foundation in 2020. In my grief, felt that I had to do something, but it was also a way for me to give back to the community. All net proceeds we raise will be graciously donated to camh. I picked camh because I got to see them work firsthand. I've met many of the doctors and occupational therapists and nurses when my mother-in-law, Rosemary, was a inpatient in the geriatric ward.
My mom is a beautiful, loving, caring, compassionate human. I remember her not being well. You know, I noticed my mom always changing the furniture around. I noticed her constantly putting makeup on, the OCD, the psychosis, the paranoia, and now, unfortunately, she has frontotemporal dementia. I lived with my parents up until I was 32 years old. I felt like I had to be there because my dad needed the support. There were times that we lost hope. We found it difficult to get the help that we needed. So my brother is a hairstylist. He was at his salon, and coincidentally, one of his colleagues was doing the hair of one of the directors of camh, and he just came and asked her questions like, what do we do in this situation? I knew that there was maybe some sort of hope when we arrived there. camh gave my mom another chance at life. They didn't just medicate. They listened to us. They listened to my mom. They listened to the family. They wanted to learn about my mom. They wanted to learn about what we were going through. She's able to enjoy her 3 beautiful grandkids, Victoria, Fabio, and Luca. She was able to care for my dad when he was battling cancer. She was sleeping day in and day out at the hospital and, making some new memories with him before his passing.
Seeing what camh has done and the lives they've changed with my mother-in-law, it has been transformative. I'm telling you, camh has done wonders.
I know my mom again because of the support that we received from camh.
When you support camh, you support families like mine. It will transform you and your family.